Hello everyone, this is Zach with MTG PokeHero, and today we're going to be going over our dinosaurs from Ixalan. These are the last group that we had left that they introduced, and I just really wanted to save the best for last. Our first one is Bellowing Ankylosaur. It's for 5 and a white with a new enrage mechanic. Whenever Bellowing Ankylosaur is dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control for a 3/5. People are really excited about this because they want to have 2 of these and combo it off with Walking Bliss to be able to gain infinite amount of counters. I like the idea. It's just really too slow for standard at this point. But all in all, I mean, it's a great idea, and who knows, someone might be able to come up with some way to pull it off. But definitely a great limited card. It has a possibility for standard, but right now I think that's just kind of what we're going to be doing, is waiting and watching with a lot of these. The next one is Sun Crowned Hunters for 4 and 2 red. It also has a new enrage mechanic. Whenever Sun Crowned Hunters is dealt damage, it deals 3 damage to target opponent for a 5/4. Limited, it's really good, but other than that, it won't see standard play. No way. The next one is Ravenous Dagger Tooth for 2 and a green. Whenever it is dealt damage, you gain 2 life for a 3/2. It's pretty decent. You'd be fighting over a 3 slot in standard. I don't know if it's really where it's going to go, but definitely a really good limited card. And almost all these dinosaurs, no matter what, are probably going to make the new EDH deck. This one is Grazing Whiptail for 2 and 2 green. It has Reach for a 3/4. It originally spoiled in the arena game. It's a really decent card. It's going to be able to deal with a lot of flyers and limited. You want this in your limited deck. And that's about it. This next one is Commune with Dinosaurs for a green. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a dinosaur card or a land card from mine, put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom in any order. This is definitely like for your mana fixing, because we're looking at possibly like a 3-color dinosaur deck. Definitely a 2-color dino deck for sure. But not only that, you get to search out all your different dinos and hopefully be able to get something good off of this. I definitely think you can go into standard. You're going to play it in your limited dinosaur deck for sure. This next one is Savage Stomp for 2 and a green. For sorcery speed, it costs 2 less. If you control a dinosaur, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, and that creature fights another target creature you don't control. A lot of people are kind of iffy about this. I think it can go either way. It might be good, it might not. I'm actually not really sure on this one at all. But if you're going to be playing a Dino Mirror deck, being able to have this in there and fighting one of their other dinosaurs could be something good. But you'll definitely play it in limited for sure. The next one is Ranging Raptors for 2 and a green. Whenever Ranging Raptors is dealt damage, you may search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tap. Shuffle your library. It's pretty good. We'll definitely play it in limited. I like the idea. It's, just even 1 point of damage and you get to put out a basic land and be able to have some ramping. I think it's an interesting concept with the dinosaurs, but hopefully it turns out really good. I'm not sure about standard, but limited for sure. This next one is called Thundering Spinebag. It's 5 and 2 green. Other dinosaur creatures you control get +1/+1. Or you can pay 5 and a green and create a 3/3 dinosaur creature token with trample for a 5/5. It's really expensive and does not do as much as what people like to do. Granted, it does give an anthem effect to other dinosaurs, but all in all, I think it's okay. You'll play it in limited, but other than that, as I mentioned earlier, most of these dinosaurs are all going to make EDH, but standard, it doesn't do enough. This card does, though. Drover the Might for a colorless green. Whenever you control a dinosaur, it gets +2/+2 as long as you have one on the field, and you can add any mana of a color to your mana pool for a 1/1. So you get a 3/3 for 2, and it can tap for any color of mana. Yes, this card is so good. You're going to play it in your dinosaur deck, get the huge ramping off into these things, and not only that, you're going to have a 3/3 body to be able to back up. It's awesome. You're going to play it in standard dinos. The next one is Otepic Huntmaster for 1 and red. Dinosaur spells you cast cost 1 less. And you can give a dinosaur haste, and it's a 1/2. Just like the previous card, this card is great. You're going to play it in there, and it gives you basically 8 mana rampant cards if you play 2 play sets of each. It's a great card. I really like it, and definitely will play in standard. This one is so cute. Raptor Hatchling for 1 and a red. Whenever it's dealt damage, you get to create a 3/3 dinosaur creature token with trample. Basically, you hurt the baby and Mama comes out. It's really good. I would play it in standard. It's just a cheap blocker that can trade itself up for a 3/3, and it gets trample. It's awesome. Play these things in limited, play them in standard, and hopefully, I mean, we don't want to squeeze the 2-drop slot so much, but I think it would be okay putting in at least a few of these guys. The next one is Dinosaur Stampede for 2 and a red. It's for an instant. Attacking dinosaurs you control get +2/+0. Attacking creatures get +2/+0. Till end of turn, dinosaurs you control gain trample. Till end of turn. My only issue is most of the dinosaurs seem like they're already gaining trample, but the +2/+0 seems like it's going to work out good. Kind of got that, moving anthem effect. Probably limited for sure, but we'll have to see what standard looks like and see if this thing has a place in it. The next one is from our Ixalan Spoilers, and it is, I think it's called Gladion. I had it pulled up. There it is. Don't know why it exited out. It is called Infuriated Gladion. It's 3 red and a green. It has trample, and whenever it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each other creature. You got some of your enraged creatures, you play this, you deal damage to them, they all get out bonuses. So it makes a lot more sense now than whenever it was like first spoiled, because you're like, why do you want to do that? But not only that, it can also wipe out some of the smaller guys your opponent maybe playing like Lamina Red. Probably like a sideboard card in standard for sure. Maybe it'll make the main board. We'll just have to look and see what everybody's playing though during that time. I like it. You can play it in limited. The next one is Bellergant Brontodon. It's 5, a green and a white. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. We've seen a lot of these that kind of flip it. I think the last major one was like a soul formation. These effects are always really interesting. We'll have to see though what it looks like. It's a limited bomb for sure because it just messes up combat damage. Probably won't really see it in standard. But all in all, it's still a pretty decent card, and maybe there might be a spot for it. The next one is Skytear. This got released, I think, yesterday. And it is a red and a white for a flying dinosaur with flying and menace. It's a 2/2. I was really upset this thing didn't get haste, but I think that would have made it really broken. And, it's just pretty interesting because sometimes we get these flying battles in limited, and just being able to have this flyer that has menace, so it kind of evades a little bit. Definitely something that's very interesting. I really think this would be really good limited, and that's about it. The next one is Priest of the Walking Sun for a white human cleric rare. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may reveal a dinosaur. If you do, you gain 2 life. Or you can pay 3 and 2 white. You get to sacrifice the Awakening Sun to search your library for a dinosaur card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library, and it's a 1. Just being able to go and look for a dinosaur like out of nowhere is really good. It's an EDH bomb for sure because you can pull out some of your bigger dinosaurs that are hidden away in your deck. Limited, it's really great. Standard, maybe, but I'm leaning more towards no. I think in other formats it does, in the limited and the EDH format it does great, but other than that, I don't think you'll see much play outside of anywhere else. The next was this Kajini's Sunwing. I knew I just butchered that name. For 2 and a white, flying. Creatures your opponent control enter the battlefield tapped. Sideboard card. Takes out most of the red decks right now. Everything like that. I think it can see standard play, but it mainly has a sideboard card. Goring Cyteratops. Or Ceratops. 5, 2 white. Double strike whenever it attacks. Other creatures controlled in green. Double strike until end of turn for a 3/3. Limited bomb. Maybe in the Nine Dinosaurs we will get to see this thing in action. But all in all, I think limited for sure, and unless someone can bring Nine Dinosaurs for standard. This card was a disappointment, kind of. We have Awakening Sons Avatar for 5 and 3 white. When Awakening Sons Avatar enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, destroy all non-dinosaur creatures for a 7/7. I understand why they gave it from your hand, but it seems like they were trying to push an archetype with Naya dinosaurs, and you put something, you make a couple cards that are basically throw off the curve so hard. So we'll have to see where it goes from there. But all in all, limited bomb for like a random white deck, and you're not going to play it in your white or in your Naya dinosaur deck in limited. You'll play it in EDH, and unless someone can break it in standard, you're not going to see it. This next one is Rampaging Ferocidon for 2 and a red. It's got menace players, can't gain life, which kind of offsets another card that'll be in there later. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. So, if someone can tell me why this card is good, I would really appreciate it. If not, then I don't get it. It's a 3/3, but basically in the dinosaur deck, you want to be playing dinosaurs. You want them to come in. You're dealing damage to yourself. I mean, unless you're playing against some super hyper-aggressive red deck, it's the only reason I can ever see bringing these things in. Sideboard card for standard for something like that. I just don't get this one. It actually makes me irritated talking about it. So, I don't want to play it unless we see the format more and I can figure it out. But I hate you. This next one is Burning Sun's Avatar for 3 and then 3 red. Whenever it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to an opponent and deals up to 3 damage up to 1 target creature. This is like a baby Sun Titan, except it doesn't get the cool effect where you get to split the damage and then you get to attack and deal 3 more damage every time it attacks. It's still a good card. I mean, it's just the mana is completely off for these Naya dinosaur decks, and hopefully we will get something we can figure out. It's still pretty alright. Limited bomb. We got Ripjaw Raptor for 2 and 2 green. It has Enrage. Whenever it is dealt damage, you get a draw card. A 4/5 for 4 is a pretty good rate. Being able to draw an extra card off it, pretty good. I play this in standard. Doesn't really have to fight off from many different spots in the 4-drop slot, but it's still pretty good. I like it. Carnage Tyrant says, screw you, control. The only thing you gotta worry about is a major board wipe. So for 4 colorless and 2 green, it can't be countered. It's got trample and hexproof. It's a limited bomb. It's something that's going to be going in sideboards everywhere. For these red-green decks, great card. Can't wait to see it in standard. So this is a card I was talking about earlier that kind of gets thrown off by the weird, stupid card. This is Ravenous Sun Avatar for 5 and 2 green. Whenever it enters the battlefield or another creature enters the battlefield, under your control, you gain life to that creature's toughness. It's a continual effect. It's nice. I've seen guys try to work this in standard decks. I think we might be able to do it. It just kind of depends. But all in all, you'll play it in limited. And hopefully in standard we'll get to see this. This card is so good. It changed, just other cards, creature types to dinosaur because of how good it is. This is Regisaur Alpha. Other dinosaur creatures you control have haste. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you get to create a 3/3 dinosaur creature token with trample for 5 mana. This raid is broken. It's awesome. You're going to play it in standard. That's enough. And here's the big pop-up for everything. Get Shatha Sun's Avatar for 5, a red, white, and a green. It has trample, vigilance, haste. Whenever it deals damage, that player, you get to reveal 7 cards off the top of your library, put all the dinosaurs from them onto the battlefield, and then you get to put the rest on the board. It's definitely going to be your commander. Hopefully somebody can break it for standard. 8 mana is a lot, though. You're going to play it in limited. Very high to get to. Alright. But other than that, it's a great card. Alright guys, that's all the dinosaurs for this set. I hope you like it, and just remember, I got more videos coming, and may the top decks be forever in your favor. Thanks, and have a good day. See you later.